Hello guys, welcome to another live trade video. Today we are gonna go a little further into our trading strategy, and we are gonna play it swing because I think that's the best way we can take advantage of what's going on right now, since the price is not really going anywhere. It is searching itself, so we need to understand what the price is doing right now. So I took a fib on the last big short that we had on taking the highest point of that short and the lowest point it got. I'm not gonna really say that we had anything significant here as a break, since we waited here to take a significant bounce, and this one made it almost almost like almost worth. But you know what, like for the sake of this video, we are going to take this into account. So we are only gonna take this, and we are gonna trace another fib on the 38 bounce until the lowest point, just so we understand what levels were in play. So first and foremost, what's good to know is that on the BTC USD pair on Binance, one thing we can see for sure is that uh, we are in a down trade, like I said earlier. I took a trend line on all the buys, all the big liquidity levels that we had, and uh, this is not good for now. And same, I took the top of all these big buy waves. So one thing we are seeing is that price is tear dropping, and it is cascading on that huge support that was defined a lot, and that was the worst we got so far. So once we know that, we know also we can notice also that when we pull this fib on the last short, we are in the area the where uh, we bounced on the 0.38, and since then we are in free fall, and we are trading below the 0.33 level, which means that we are searching for a retest of the support, and which means that it can break. So I think that we are gonna delete everything we have here and go on lower time frame, like maybe not everything. I'm just gonna get rid of this large fib that kinda makes it nasty. But overall, on the last short that happened at 41K, we can see that we are trading right between the 61 level and the 23. We we have seen a lot of bounces in those levels, but we've seen that generally it has been rejected and is now trying to retest the lower levels. We are gonna go into the 15 minutes and see what's up and see where we are standing right now. So I'm seeing a few levels right ahead, like for the daily trades for the intradays, is that we can see that each big vessel we have is composed of a few tentative to pump the coin. So we had a huge inflow and huge takeout, inflow, takeout, and we saw that somehow the trend broke, and that we defined another trend, which is significantly worse than this one. It means that we have a few levels where we can have good buys, and we are gonna try to find them. So far, it is rejecting the lower quadrant. It bounced on the 0.20 23, which is great. It is a nice W, but I don't know what to do of it. I think that, to be honest, when we look at the previous uh, big levels that we had, we have one level here, which is a really interesting levels um, to get good trades. We have these levels, which is a good level to take longs to, and yeah, those two things that only happened two times in the last few weeks. But yeah, this is levels that have been, like, validated, and on the upper end, we now have some resistance on those levels, which are gonna be the things that we need to watch out for, because those are all levels where we break. We are seeing that we are at the top of the trend we designed, and we also saw that the support is here, which means that we can safely say that we are close to support. So that's a good place to take along. We are kind of in the middle of two move, but the wisest thing would be maybe to just have a pending order at 21k, at 31k, and another at 30 or 28, something like this. Like, you use the bottom of the fib, you use the few supports that we have seen in the last week, and globally, if we are even getting narrower, what we are seeing right now is Bitcoin in the oversold territory, but with a bullish momentum, because we are seeing ups while we are solding a lot, selling a lot, which is a good thing. Which means that if there is any signs that we could bounce to maybe 33k, it's right there. So if we had to take any longs, I think that I would take it, maybe I would wait a bit, because this still could drop a few hundreds of dollars. Take a trade right on the 0.33 level, and just play that 5% bounce that could happen. This is nothing really certain, because it could stop right on that little resistance that have been built. But to be honest, the safest would be to really wait for a good entry into far lower price, because it's still risky to trade in those levels. You can do it, but that's that requires skills. I would have taken trades here if I had sniped it, but you cannot really go long between a few levels. But what we are also seeing is that we are running around this 0.3 level, which means that you can get a bounce if it comes back uh, to the 30-31.9 range. That's basically what I see, but let's be real. I'm still massively, I would still massively build a short, and not really hold any longs that would not be on those levels, because this would not really worth any trade. It's better to not take a trade than take a falling trade, but that's just my point. So we are gonna take a look at ETH just to see if we can make something out of it too. ETH is kind of doing the same thing it did in the past. It is trying to reach that zone of support. Um, that zone of support that honestly have given huge bounce since since a few weeks. Like the last one, the last one, the last time it touched these 18 17k 1700, it was pretty going, it was going fire. So we are close to getting a good range and a good long position. I would really, really, really be looking forward to hold there. Like this is a strong support. Every time it does, every time it did touch it, it went a few levels, at least one level. Uh, if we compared it to the big drop it had. So yeah, it's still like it's still like 600 easy euros that could be traded. So, and we are kind of going back and forth this oversold section. So yeah, there is huge longs that could be grabbed in the in the next few days. To be honest, if you're not really confident and you don't think that you will get the best price, just place a pending order. Like be conservative, place a 18k pending order, and just have sufficient margin ratio, and you would be good. Like you will be just good. I think that even if it would test the lower bottom uh, of the support, it doesn't really mean it will not bounce. Taking shorts on the 0.23 seems to be the seems to be the recurrent things to do with BTC too. Like oh no, not that much. No, a level higher. Yeah, that's no, that's still yeah, 0.5. So no, what is it? 0.5? I'm not sure. No, it's 0.3. The 0.3 and 0.5 are also huge levels to make good shorts. But yeah, let's go back on ETH. ETH is stronger actually than BTC, since it doesn't rely on those big money inflows. It needs less money to get good price, so that's good. That's very good. I'm hoping for a bounce here, to be honest, and I would have a placing a pending order in the. I would suggest like the one 735, $1,735 with euros would be the good entry. I don't know if I mean no, I'm USDT. So yeah, don't listen what I'm saying. Like it's in USDT, so 100 1735. And and yeah, that's all I see, guys. I will keep you updated if I see anything, but to be honest, like even if we zoom in the ETH, uh, like the intraday is really narrow on it. Like it's if you, but if you trace the Fibonacci like I did, like it's kind of designing the two levels on which you have to prepare for bounces and take shorts. So it's it's pretty funny. I play long term, so I'm not really gonna bother like trading those little fluctuation because honestly, I don't know enough to be playing those. Like honestly, if I would haven't take any trade here, I would probably have sold 50% of my stack here, and I would have been right because we see that it's actually a point where a lot of people sold, but it still went up a little bit. I would probably have sold like the 25%, 50% of the remaining assets I would have. So I would be left with maybe 25% of what I had in the original trade, and I would have sold maybe I would have like a stop loss here, and just the the last close of that trade at the top. So I'm planning on doing the same. Like that's what I should have done at this pick. So I'm gonna wait for it to go into that zone with a good margin ratio and expect it to bounce, and it will bounce. ETH is actually a lot more stable than BTC because this is a different community and it is a different technology, and so the exchanges on it are not the same, and mining is not as costly. We don't have like big Chinese farm that costs a lot of money. We have more efficient farms, and so and more efficient mining. So yeah, that will be my input. Like I would build along on ETH at the support, and in hope that we could go back to uh, maybe a few levels higher. It would be awesome. It would be a great trade. See you guys in the next one.